na yewo owura bi a wono de wono wafa be for kwan yi a cartoons de ya ye omo se aboduaba no eno on de odi di ne nyuma ahodo nyina wode kasafa bibia ho se ye apomoden bibia na ne de odnani akwa corruption anase drum ne ketase hye ho ensam a wode cartoons ena aka sa ensam no yenkotie emra na ye ba ye won wo zoom na ye na di nkomo e de afa sa ne cartoon na wode preachy ana wode kasa e fa de rubo ahodo e ho no yenkomra.
Cet amortisseur c'est 600 Ghana cedi.
Huh? You say what? You say it be 600, no go tear top. Shock absorber.
Je te dis que c'est 600 Ghana cedi. Faut pas venir me stresser. Moi je n'ai pas mangé depuis le matin.
Oh, make you reduce that, man. Masapo, I guess Tomo, but he say it be 650.
Hey, for one shock absorber. Oh, tell him make you reduce some.
I talk to he say no go reduce that.
Yes, our boss. I beg the shock absorber be 800 Ghana cedis. So we talk. He say no go agree.
Mommy.
Yes, Nazir.
The mechanic just called. He said the shock absorber will cost 1,000 cedis.
Yes! What? Was it acquired from the Queen of England's vehicle?
I wonder.
Darling, Nazir's mechanic called today. He said the shock absorber will cost 2,000 Ghana.
Wow. 2,000 Ghana cedis for Nazir shock absorber. Honey, I'll have to call you back, eh? My lawyer is calling in. Yes, baby.
Baby, I want to buy the shock absorber today.
Okay, but wait, oh. You also use the same car as my son, right? How much is yours?
It's 6,000 Ghana.
Hey!
Enti no cartoons eno no de board the ronti no me wo ora Louise apia e wo zoom ye ne di nkomo afa sa ne cartoons a wo de preachy no abeka no brofo na ye wi ya chechiri mu so de amount. So good afternoon and welcome to Adom TV Premtobre News.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you so much. So what prompted this action or your new style of promoting or talking about corruption and other social issues?
Yes, thank you. Right from the inception of my animated series, I've always been a realist, and I like to I always like to express that in my animation. I mean, this is the everyday life that we all live in Ghana, where we always end up at the demerits of middlemen, hence sparking up corruption in our country. If we have a commodity that has been priced at, assuming 1 cedi, it would end up at the end buyer as 50 Ghana cedis. Why? Because there might be some incompetent middlemen in there that will spark up corruption. And then this also inevitably sparks up a rippling effect. So at the end of the day, you end up living in a corrupt society, and you also end up being corrupt yourself, So it's something that is going on. It's something that has been happening, and I decided to pour comic exaggerations to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So are you a victim of corruption? Have someone dupe you or something like that?
Well, I think we all are we all are, in our everyday lives. We go out to buy something, or you see something online. One thing that I believe is a problem that we are facing in this country is you hardly find the real owners of the commodities that are sold online, or you hardly find the real sellers, of the commodity or service. There's always something that is sold or being advertised online or on the market by a middleman. Mm-hmm. So yes, we've all been victims. I've been a victim. I'm probably sure you have been a victim, but mm-hmm. you probably might not know it. But mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So this one, will you say we are focusing on trading, or then later you will shift to politics, especially as we are entering a political season, or we are in a political season?
I think it's a spherical topic. What I would say is, it's not just about buying and selling. It's our own human behavior. You know, if we are able to rid ourselves from tendencies of cheating, we won't make our corrupt society worse, because already we live in a corrupt society, you know. This was just an example, using car spare parts as an example, but it goes a long way into delving in so many other subjects. You know, it could be education, it could be politics, as you say.
Yeah.
You know, it could be. Yeah, so this was just one of the examples that I cited, but it's a spherical subject that goes all around, and it's not particularly about buying and selling of commodities on the market.
Okay, so what has been the reaction? Because this is not your first time. You've done some maybe related to health and other things. So what has been the reaction with this kind of promoting corruption and other stuff?
Yes, I would say with this particular skit I put out, I'm really impressed with the outcome and how Ghanaians are reacting to it or accepting it. But like I said before, right from the inception of my series, I was talking about corruption. But you know, like I always say this, Ghana is a heavily politically driven country. So if you talk about corruption, one way or another, inevitably, you might be perceived as talking about some political figures, you know, which ends up at your own demerits. So that's why for some time I try to veer away from sensitive topics, you know, like politics and corruption. I just decided to do everyday comedy that has to do with, you know, real things that happen in our lives, not everything that happens in our lives. But that was not the core motive or concept of Tales of Nazir. I decided to ignite this online series to talk about real life situations. It could be health, it could be corruption, it could be, you know,
so
social
have
vices.
You done one concerning health before?
Yes, I have, which was also heavily accepted, you know, by Ghanaians. It was titled Ebola during the Ebola crisis back in 2014, I think. Yes, it was widely accepted. Yes.
Then we'll be waiting for such stories, because we have a lot concerning health. So if we are veering off from the politics, then let's do the health aspect, and schools especially too. Yes. I think school or education in general, we need to talk about it, using your skit to let the authorities know what is happening. So I think we have to leave it here and maybe catch up another time. Thank you so much for your time.
For having me. All right.
Enti ora Louis apia no ono de ode abe for kwan na ebo dawro waye enioma health and work can Ebola waye na waye corruption any ade na said Ghana yen politics no ni ade de we tie ni ntino ya no pese obekomu kese ntino no o basa no wa man no se politics obe attack obi ana bibi ne mom bibia light na so at the end of the day obehu say bibi wo mu a obenya so emfa so ene ye dia besi health mu a obehwe waye bidade obehwe so obeto so na fe nwumasua nso a ebi titi nuase ho nso no de eno so afa ho nti ho komo